Well, when we talk about, about not having political, about trying not to be so, I guess, having such strong opinions that then ends up, being shot against each other, how do we do that when public posts on people's pages include the rhetoric that we're supposedly saying we're not trying to become involved in? When you have shit on there that's problematic and you expect people to say, oh, I'm going to see you on a political platform somewhere else, it's problematic.
What post are you referring to?
I can grab yours and...
Well, it would have been nice if you came prepared with that, so we could answer for it.
I can screen it. Come on, your commentary on the black family's destruction and sort of, it's
facts.
Oh, okay.
Well, what about so let's have the dialogue. What about it's wrong?
When
you can't just say it's problematic and
when
you're
you
so
say
triggered.
that a matriarchal culture or a culture that has become matriarchal due to the fact that a lot of the men in these communities are being thrown in prison, and then you dismiss how they therefore survive and the kinship structure they form with women, and you throw in some sort of fact, you dismiss the reality of a lot of people that are currently living in those situations. So for you to say that the black family is destroyed because there isn't a kinship network that's like a nuclear family, that's problematic. What about queer families? What about families that don't have men because they're in prison? What about all of that? Okay, now that is something that you have to dig deep to really see, but that's just one thing.
Yeah, can I address that? What is the divorce rate and what is the out-of-wedlock birth rate in the black community?
What is the rate of brown people in communities that because we have a prison industrial complex that keeps churning them in prisons?
Let's take this one step at a time. Do you know the out-of-wedlock birth rate in the black community?
I don't care. The reason I don't care is because I don't think you have to have a nuclear family to succeed in America.
I'm sorry, but facts would disagree with you.
Oh, okay.
Why bring it up if you don't want to have the conversation? You're bringing it up and then you're backing away from it.
That one's not even, because that one you can go and you can pull up stuff. But when
I can use facts. Yes, I can use facts.
But when you say, oh, here is another statistic, you keep throwing shitty statistic out there where you're like looking for people to come at you with real things like history,
facts.
like the problems in our neighborhood that have like been perpetuated for this fucking neoliberal rhetoric that we currently are living under. Now, because we're so impassioned and we have all of these feelings, like you want to come and throw all these things that ignore the realities we live in based on your facts.
Yes, we should just throw out facts and base policy entirely on feelings. That's an excellent idea.
Because the fact that you are here, that you crossed the border without documentation, all of a sudden you should be banished, ignoring the fact of what America has done through NAFTA to Mexico and Central America, as if we have nothing to do as if we have nothing to do with the traveling of those individuals or the migrations of those individuals into our country.
Do you believe that individuals have agency? Do you believe that individuals have personal agency?
Depends on the question.
No, it doesn't. Do you believe in free will? Do you believe that people have the opportunity? Well, you're gonna keep pivoting away from everything I say and just yell about my problematic. Like that's not an argument.
When you're dressed as a fucking border patrol agent and you're like, haha, I didn't do it.
Pretty funny. No, I did that.
Don't tell me that shit that you don't want to be divisive and we're all sitting here listening to you be like, oh yeah, you're real good people.
Well, so what I'm hearing, guys, what I'm hearing from this conversation here is I'm being screamed at when I try.
No, you're not being screamed at. Don't fucking go with that.
Now you're interrupting me too.
That is how passionate I am. Okay?
Now you're interrupting me too. Excellent. So we're 2 for 2, screaming and interrupting.
Okay.
Excellent.
I am the angry woman of color in the room.
Yes, in this case you are. So what?
James respond.
Divisiveness. When you see that kind of shit on your Facebook page, how can you expect people not to fucking get reactive to?
Well, I apologize that facts are too shattering for your precious little worldview, and they're so problematic for you.
Okay, no, because
but the fact is.
I know history, okay? I know
apparently you have problems with
history,
facts.
Not just the history that affects your
your
community, but other people of color in this country. Other people of color in this country, not your reality. You can say whatever you want, but white privilege does exist, and you're the fucking prime example of it.
Okay,
so when you sit there and you ignore all the other history that intersects with the shit you say, how can you have a conversation that's productive?
Can we let James respond, please?
Yes, you know.
Apparently we can't.
James,
dale, do it.
Yeah, so what she's saying is that
I heard a lot of what she's saying. Trust me.
You post a lot of things on Facebook, as we all know, about WSU, and some of them are provocative. Some would say they're xenophobic, racist, or in other words, some people will say, because some people have said, some people would argue otherwise. do you defend the words you put on social media?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, then we can have a conversation.
Well, why not? I mean, I'm here.
Explain
now
why,
you're name calling too.
Why you defend those words?
Charming. Well, specifically what you opened up with was the commentary about the black family. So if we want to look at what's going on with the black family, we need to look at the rate of out-of-wedlock birth. Because the out-of-wedlock birth is actually one of the strongest determinants.
What about prison industrial complex?
Okay, can I finish a sentence?
Okay, go ahead. Go with your family thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry that, again, these facts are problematic for you, but the out-of-wedlock birth rate in America is highest among African-American communities. That's a fact. It's anywhere between 60 and 70% at this point, I believe, according to the latest statistics. Now, out-of-wedlock birth across racial groups, this is not just a black thing, not Hispanic thing, not a white, not an Asian thing, but across racial groups. Children who are born out of wedlock are economically disadvantaged. They do not have the same opportunity to get parental involvement. They often grow up on welfare. They often grow up to then live their entire lives on welfare. More often, they often end up in jail. I mean, it's a great predictor for criminality. And so,
not to interrupt you, it's not a debate, but they said would like to talk.
Well, I mean, she got 20 minutes. I don't get 5. Look at that. Come on.
Well, it's not a debate. It's not a debate.
Well, apparently not.
It's not a debate. This is
all right. It's yell at the white guy. Apparently.
Nobody was yelling at you. They just.
Oh, we heard very different things.
Finish your statement.
And so if use of these facts is so upsetting to you.
It's not upsetting. You just don't consider the prison industrial complex. And again, my commentary has nothing to do, Edward, with how great you set up this panel. It's very organized. This was a commentary coming from the audience, has nothing to do with what you all planned. So y'all are, you got your stuff like planned right. But it's just me trying to say, how can we have conversations when you don't consider this other thing? No economic prosperities in these neighborhoods, in these inner cities. How can you say that it has to just do with wedlock?
Because we're here having, you talk about this conversation like it's a nebulous thing. We are here, miss, having this conversation right now. But given this opportunity to confront me face to face, you choose not to deal in the realm of facts. You choose not to deal with the realm of statistics and empirical knowledge. You just choose to yell at me about prison industrial complex. This is the conversation.
But those are statistical facts too, James.
Well, I did not hear a single number in the entire speech.
That you don't want to include in your rhetoric.
Matthew, Sutherland, please take it away.
I was gonna
just to remind you all, it's not a debate. We're here to talk our differences out.